In this video, I'll be going over everything you need to know about the pro player TaySon. This includes his settings, keybinds, setup, and PC specs. So yeah guys, everything's going to be covered in this video today. Also guys, if you do want to skip around, then feel free to, as all the timestamps will be below. And quickly, apparently a small percentage of you guys that watch me aren't subscribed, so if you could drop a sub on my channel, I really would appreciate it. As well as that as well, if you're feeling extra generous, then feel free to drop a like on the video. It's completely free and it really would be awesome. But yeah, enough of all that guys, let's get straight into today's video. Alright, so to kick things off, we've got TaySon's peripherals firstly. For his mouse, he's using the Logitech G Pro Wireless X Superlight, and that is in the colour white. His mousepad is the Razer Gigantus V2 in the size medium. For his keyboard, he's using the SteelSeries Apex Pro in the size 10 key less. If you don't know what a 10 key less keyboard is, it's basically this on screen right now. For his headset, he's using the HyperX Cloud 2s wireless. Those are on screen. For his main monitor, he's using the BenQ Zowie XL2546K, and that has a 240Hz refresh rate, and it uses the DI-YAC technology, which basically makes his monitor like god tier. I'll put a picture on screen and you guys can see that he does indeed use that monitor. And by the way, I believe he does not use the G-Sync feature that's also featured on this high-end monitor. For a secondary monitor, he uses the BenQ Zowie XL2546, and that again is a 240Hz monitor, same as his main one. His desk is the Flex eSport electric gaming desk, and that desk in itself is height adjustable, which is pretty cool. For his chair, he's using the Noble chair in the Epic series, and it's in the colour black. His webcam or camera is the Logitech C920, and that right there is all of the peripherals that TaySon has shared so far. Next up, we've got TaySon's gaming PC specs. For these, his case is the Lian Lai PC 011DW in the colour white. His CPU is an AMD Ryzen 9 590X. His cooler for his CPU is the NZX Kraken Z73. His GPU is the Aorus GeForce RTX 380 Master. His motherboard is the AMD B550 Aorus Master. His memory or RAM is the G.Skill Trident C RGB in the 32GB configuration. His SSD is the Samsung 980 Pro NVMe M.2 1TB SSD. His hard drive is a WD Performance Black in the 2TB size. His power supply is the Corsair RM1000X, and for his fans he actually has two different sets. The first set is a Corsair LL120 white RGB, and that is a pack of 3, and then for the other set he's got the exact same fans again in another 3-pack. And for the controller, by the way, you need one of these to apparently control the RGB colours. For this he actually uses the Corsair iQ Commander Pro. But yeah, with all those PC specs right there, it basically makes this beast on screen right now, which has been configured by TaySon's friend, I believe, and he did a great job, because if you look at the picture right now guys, you can see it's literally been custom made for him, which is really cool. They did an awesome job on this. Next up though is his mouse grip. For this guys, as you can see from his setup picture on screen right now, again that's at the boot camp, you can see that TaySon clearly plays with a right hand claw grip. If we just go ahead and zoom right on to where he's holding his mouse. Next is his keyboard positioning, and again if we put up his setup picture here, you can see that it's placed on sort of like a right diagonal angle, which basically gives him plenty of room to move his mouse around. So yeah, it's really good to like tilt your keyboard if you guys do have the opportunity to do so. Moving on from that though, we've got TaySon's settings, and we've got his video settings firstly. For these, his resolution is set to the default one, that's 1920 by 1080. His frame rate is capped to 240 FPS to match his monitor's refresh rate of 240Hz. His brightness is on 100%, colorblind mode is off, view distance and textures are on low/near. For his DirectX version, he is using the performance mode option, and he has his meshes set to high. For TaySon's game settings, he uses the following ones. He's got his sprint by default turned on, auto open doors turned on, hold to swap items is turned off, auto sort consumables to the right is turned on, disable pre-edits is turned on, confirm edit on release is turned off, and tap to search/interact is turned on. For TaySon's preferred item slots, he has the following ones set up. His slot 1 is on shotgun, his slot 2 is on SMG, his slot 3 is on AR, and his slot 4 and slot 5 are both on consumable items. For TaySon's HUD options, for these he's got his HUD scale set to 75%, and basically all the rest of the settings are turned on, and that's even including his reticle ammo indicator. That again is turned on. For TaySon's in-game sensitivities, his X and Y are both on 2.8%, his targeting is on 25%, and his scope is on 55%. For TaySon's mouse DPI, that is set on 1600 DPI, and that, by the way, totals to a eDPI of 46.4%, equivalent to a low end of a global medium sense, as you can see from my eDPI calculator on screen right now, which will be coming out very, very soon. Along with that though, we've got his mouse pollen rate, and that is set to 1000 Hz. And also, by the way guys, if you are wanting to know why Tayson and many other pro players are switching to use a high DPI like 1600, then be sure to watch this video on screen where I explain everything. Guys, after watching it, I can guarantee you will want to increase your DPI as well. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Next up are TaySon's audio options. For these, he's got his sound effects on 75%, his dialogue is on 50%, his voice chat is on 50% as well, and his sound quality is set to high. Moving on to TaySon's keybinds, these are the following ones on screen right now. His wall is set to mouse button 4, his floor is set to X, which, by the way, if you are curious guys, he presses this with his index finger. His stairs is on Q, his cone is on left shift, and his utility is on T. For his loadout keybinds, he has slot 1 on V, slot 2 is on 2, slot 3 is on 3, slot 4 is on Z, and slot 5 is on mouse button 5. And for the extra keybinds, his use key / interact key is on E, his edit key is on F, his inventory is on I, his crouch is on left control, and his map is on M. Next, we've got TaySon's movement controls, which for these he uses a free program called Keys 2X Input, and he has his settings for that configured like this on screen right now. And guys, if you are wanting to know how to set up this program exactly like Tayson, Mongrel, and many other pros, I recommend watching my tutorial that I made. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. And moving on finally guys, we've got TaySon's NVIDIA settings, which for these, they are pretty standard to be fair, basically all default as you can see on screen right now because I'm going to be flicking through them. But yeah, basically guys, all of these are set to default. His digital vibrance is on 50%, and well, all the rest are, like I mentioned, basically on default. But yeah guys, that is everything I've got today regarding Tayson and his Season 7 settings. If this video was helpful or useful in any single way, then be sure to let me know by dropping a like on this video, subscribing to the channel, and using either code Codelife or code Tayson in the Fortnite item shop. It really would help us out a ton. And guys, also, if anything does change with Tayson, I'll be sure to let you all know in my Pro Player Update series. So again, if you aren't subbed to my channel yet guys, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on those videos and the Pro Player Settings videos as well. That's all I've got guys, thanks for watching, peace.